In this video, we will see how to create a nice and professional appointment booking page with Microsoft 365. Microsoft Bookings comes with your Microsoft 365 license. You can add your services for people to book online. You can share the link to the booking page, or you have the option to embed it on your website. This video will give you a quick overview of how you can use Microsoft Bookings. You can access Microsoft Bookings from your Outlook web by clicking on the app launcher icon and selecting Bookings. On Microsoft Bookings, you get two options: personal booking page and shared booking pages. The personal booking page is ideal if you just need a simple appointment booking page and don't need advanced options. The shared booking page comes with some advanced options like custom fields, staff members. We will explore everything in a moment. Let's first create a meeting on the personal booking page. I'll select this Create Meeting Type option under Personal Booking Page. Here I'll add a title for the meeting. I'll select a category. I'll select Green category for this meeting. I'll add a description for the meeting. The Teams meeting option is turned on by default, so when someone books a meeting, they will receive a Teams meeting invitation. If you don't want to use Teams, you can turn this off. If you are compatible with Zoom meetings or other meeting platforms, then you can add your meeting link here. Now the customers will receive this Zoom meeting link when they receive the meeting confirmation email. You can set the meeting duration here. For the privacy of the meeting booking page, it has two options. If you keep the meeting private, then only people have the link to this meeting page can book a new meeting. With the public option, customers can see this meeting on your booking page. Your booking page can have multiple meeting types. We will see the booking page in a moment. For the availability, it uses the regular meeting hours set on your Outlook calendar. You can check the Outlook calendar availability by clicking on this link. For this meeting, you can set custom availability. Under the advanced option, you can set buffer time. I'll set 10 minutes before the meeting and 10 minutes after the meeting. I'll keep the minimum lead time to 1 day and the maximum lead time to 30 days. I'll add an email reminder so the person gets an email before the scheduled time. You can turn on the meeting follow-up and select a time for the follow-up. For the follow-up email template, you can customize it here. I'll save all the changes. Now I'll save the meeting. Let's see how the meeting page looks. I'll copy the link. I'll open it here. I'll continue as guest. This is the meeting page we just created. I'll select a date. I'll select a time. I'll click on this next button. I'll enter a name, an email address, and a note. Now it requires to verify the email address. This is very useful to prevent spam bookings. I'll click on this button, Email Verification Code. I've received the code here. I'll copy it and verify my booking. The meeting has been booked. The customer has received this email. It has the Zoom meeting link here. And this is the email I have received from Microsoft Bookings. In your calendar, you will see the new event. This event is coming from the booking page. I'll quickly create one more meeting to see how the booking page looks with multiple meeting options. Now I have two meetings. I'll click on this copy button to get the link to the booking page. This is how the personal booking page looks. People can select any meeting from here. You have the option to share the link for the individual meetings or for the personal booking page. You can embed the booking page to your website. We'll see that later after checking the shared booking page option. Let's create a shared booking page. I'll select this Create Booking Page option under Shared Booking Pages. I'll add a name for the shared booking page. You can always update this name later. When you add a name for the page, Microsoft Bookings will create an email address to your organization for this booking page. You will not be charged for the new user it creates. I'll add a logo. I'll select the business type. I will keep the business hours as it is because I can always update it later. Now I'll click the next button. Here I can add a staff. I'll search for my staff, Dave. I can add or remove staffs later on the booking page. I'll click on the next button. By default, it will create an appointment for the booking page. We can update or delete this appointment later. I'll keep the default settings here and I'll click the next button. I'll set the permission to anyone so anyone can book an appointment. I'll click the Create button. It will take a moment to set up the booking page. The booking page is ready. I'll click on this Get Started button. I'll go to the Services page. With the personal booking page, we created different meeting types. Here we need to create different services. This is the default service it created. I'll add a new service and later I'll delete this default service. I'll click on this add new service button. I'll add a name for the service. I'll add a description for the service. If you want Teams meeting, then you need to turn on this add online meeting option. I'll set the meeting duration to 1 hour. I'll set a buffer time for the meeting, 10 minutes before and 10 minutes after. Here you get price option. I'll set a fixed price for this service. Although you cannot receive online payments via Microsoft Bookings. When someone books an appointment, you can send them a payment link. You can set up a Power Automate flow to automate the process. Inside availability options, you can set the maximum and minimum lead time. Inside assign staff, you can assign a particular staff for this service. You can assign multiple staff, you can assign a single staff, or you can leave it to the customer. The customer can select a staff when they are creating an appointment. For this service, I'll allow the customers to select a staff. Later, I'll create one more service with a single staff. Inside the custom fields option, I can turn off some of the default fields here. I want to create a new custom field. I'll click on this add a custom field option and I'll select the field type to drop down question. For the question, I'll add business type. Now I need to add options for the drop down. I'll add, this is the first option, this is the second option, and this is the third option. I'll save the custom field. I'll create one more custom field here. This time I'll create a text question. For the question, I'll add a website URL and I'll save the custom field. Now I need to turn on the custom fields here. When you create custom fields, you can use the custom fields on other services as well. For the notification, you can customize the email reminders and the email follow-up templates. I'll save all the changes. Now I can delete the default service it created. I'll quickly create one more service. I'll add a new service. I'll add a name for the service. I'll add a description for the service. I'll turn on the Microsoft Teams option. I'll set the duration to 30 minutes. I'll set a buffer time, 5 minutes before and 5 minutes after. I'll set a fixed price. I'll increase the maximum number of attendees to 3. For the availability option, I'll set the maximum lead time to 7 days. Inside assign staff, I'll assign this service to this member and I'll turn off this allow customers to select particular staff for booking option. Under custom fields, I'll make the customer email required and I'll add the custom fields we created for the other service. I'll save this service. Under booking page, I can copy the link for my booking page. I'll copy the link. This is how the shared booking page looks. For this service, I can select a staff. And then I can pick a date and a time and fill the other details here. These are the custom fields we created. But for this service, I cannot pick a staff because this service is already assigned to a staff member. Let's create an appointment for this service. I'll pick a date. I'll select a time here. I'll add a name. I'll click the book button. The meeting has been booked. I have received an email. This service is assigned to a staff member. This is the email the staff member has received. And Microsoft Bookings created an event to the staff member's calendar. Under customers, you can view all the customers who booked appointments. Inside business information, you can update the name for the booking page. I'll update this to Technology8. Let's embed the booking page to a website. I'll go to the booking page option. Here I'll click the embed button. I'll select the iframe option and I'll copy the code. This is a WordPress website. I'll add a new HTML block here and I'll paste the code. I'll click the preview button and this is how the booking page looks. I need to increase the height of the iframe code. I'll select the HTML option. I'll set the height to 1800 px. Now this looks better. I'll save the page. I'll preview the page. This is how the booking page on a website looks. You can customize the width and the height of the booking page. Here I can select a service and continue booking my appointment. Instead of embedding the booking page, if you want to embed a service to your website, then go to the services here, select the service and copy the service booking page link. Now in the iframe code, replace the booking page URL with the service page URL. Now you will see only that service embedded to the website. Also, you can book an appointment on behalf of a customer. Select the service. Select this book appointment option. Here select a date and a time for the appointment. Add a new customer. If you check this option, the customer will receive an email with the meeting details. Finally, click on this Create Booking button. Thank you for watching. Please leave your feedback in the comments below. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.